Colorado is a very diverse state geographically and from a demographic perspective. Cities, Colorado Springs, Denver, Aurora, suburbs, exurbs, rural areas. So we got a swath of it all, including difficult geographic terrain, mountains, high plains. But as we know, in the 21st century, broadband is absolutely critical infrastructure that everyone needs. It's not just about the consumer experience, which it is, whether it's Netflix or Amazon or Hulu, whatever you're using. And by the way, that's the consumer expectation. If you want to attract millennials to live in an area, they have to have that. But it's a lot more than that, too. It's also about a better education for young people. It gives rural businesses connectivity they need to compete in a global economy. It's about telecommuting opportunities for people who can have location-independent employment, living in some of those beautiful areas in the country and be able to telecommute. Not just what you might call high-end jobs. You traditionally might think telecommuting, maybe they're an architect or an attorney. It also means it can be high school educated folks working in a call center virtually, living in a community that has lower cost of living and a higher quality of life. High-speed connectivity is also a lifeline for first responders, telemedicine, really critical for people's health as well. In Colorado, 86% of our rural households have access to broadband. Our goal is to increase it to 92% by 2020, by mid this year, 100% by 2024, so in just 4 years. We have a state broadband deployment board at our Department of Regulatory Affairs, which has committed over $19 million since 2016 for the last mile infrastructure. And our Department of Local Affairs is spending $5 million per year for the middle mile infrastructure to help get access to some of our more remote communities. The year before I took office, our legislature enacted regulations to prevent existing internet providers from easily capturing grants from new operators. We want to draw new market entrants. I also signed legislation that allows broadband providers to tap into electrical easements that already exist. So we can start building, we can remove barriers to building broadband without having to deal with the myriad of property ownership issues that can prevent the construction of new infrastructure. So we engage with our private sector partners. We have a couple towns that have done municipal broadband, generally smaller towns. But when you take the problem holistically, it's important to note that we have to get there. The economic benefits of getting there are great. As well as helping to meet the overall goals of rural economic success. When we launched our blueprint for rural economic prosperity, the expansion of high-speed connectivity to our rural communities was really front and center, critical for small businesses and Main Street retailers, just as it is for people who might telecommute from home or need to access life-saving medical services from home. So I look forward to engaging with the other governors as we work to optimize our strategy to expand connectivity across our state.